All right, everyone, buckle up. Tonight we are diving deep into one of the biggest matchups in European football and probably world football. It's Real Madrid versus Manchester City. It's a clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it's a huge game.
But we're going beyond just the scoreline, right? We want to know what makes this matchup so special. And I was looking over all the research that you sent me, and it's pretty clear that we're not just dealing with two amazing teams here. I mean, these teams, they represent completely different philosophies of how the game should be played.
Yeah, it's attack versus, well, not necessarily defense, but a more reactive style.
Yeah.
And, both have been so dominant in their approaches. It's like they've really shaped the modern game. And today, I think we're really seeing the culmination of all that.
So let's get right into it. I mean, it's a tactical chess match, right?
Oh, absolutely.
One of the things that really jumped out at me from the analysis you sent over, a lot of folks are saying that Real Madrid, they might have a secret weapon here, right? Their counterattacking style. And Man City's high defensive line, I mean, that could be a recipe for disaster for City.
Oh, yeah.
And especially, I mean, just thinking about Vinicius Jr. up against Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
We've seen that before, and it did not go well for Kyle Walker.
No, and that's the thing, right? Both teams have these strengths. Man City like to press high. Real are lethal on the counter. So City's strength, it becomes a weakness if Real can exploit it. But if City sits back, invites the pressure,
Yeah.
then they let Real Madrid dictate the game. You send over a stat, I think it was like a 70% success rate for Real on counters against top teams.
Yeah, against the top teams. They know how to pick you apart if you give them space.
Exactly. And then you have the midfield battle.
Oh, man.
Bellingham versus De Bruyne. I mean, two of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah. I don't even know who I would pick there.
It's a tough one, but whoever controls that midfield, whoever sets the tempo, that's probably going to be the key to the whole game.
Speaking of key to the game, let's talk about history. Because it feels like we've kind of seen this movie before,
Yeah.
right? You said over some research on their past encounters. It's clear that these teams have a history. They've changed a lot over the last decade. Real Madrid, they've got that Champions League pedigree. Manchester City, they're dominant domestically.
Yeah.
But it feels like history might be repeating itself.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially when you look back at that 2017 clash.
Yeah.
There were some real turning points in that one, moments that feel so relevant to this match. Both teams have adapted and evolved, but, some rivalries, some patterns, they never really go away.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not just about, what's happening in the pitch, right?
Right.
This match, it has global implications.
Oh, yeah, massive.
I mean, it's apt into something way bigger than just sport. It's about cultural identity. It's about passion. And I know you're a big football fan.
Oh, huge.
I'm curious, where will you be watching the match?
I'm thinking of finding a good pub somewhere with a good atmosphere, get a feel for the energy.
Yeah, that's the best way to watch a game like this. I mean, you really feel that global energy. It's a phenomenon.
It is. It shows you how much football has evolved into this, worldwide entertainment spectacle. It connects people from every corner of the globe. It's amazing.
It really is. But within that spectacle, there are going to be some individual battles that are just, I can't wait. Like Haaland.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's been on fire this season, but can he break through Real Madrid's defense? That's the big question. And then there's the battle of the goalkeepers.
Oh, yes.
Courtois versus Ederson. I was reading that article you said over about Ederson's distribution, and, I'm starting to think he might be a secret weapon for City.
Oh, he could be. Yeah. Both of those matchups are going to be fascinating. It's like you said in your notes, Haaland's strength and power versus that Real Madrid defensive wall.
Yeah.
And those keepers. I mean, both of them capable of game-saving moments of brilliance. It's a real treat for fans.
And, of course, we can't forget the mental side of the game. I mean, the psychology.
Yeah, especially in a match like this.
Pep Guardiola, he loves the mind games.
Oh, yeah. He's always trying to outsmart his opponents.
But then you have Real Madrid. They just have this self-belief, especially in the Champions League. They've been there. They've done it.
Right.
So I'm curious, who do you think handles the pressure better? Who has that mental edge?
It's such a good question. It might come down to Guardiola's overthinking versus Real Madrid's experience and
Yeah.
that swagger that they bring to these big games. It's like a battle of minds.
Wow. I mean, we've gone over so much, and I feel like we've barely scratched the surface. But, one last thing that really stood out to me from the research you sent over, all the stuff about recent transfers and squad depth.
Yeah.
I think those are factors we can't ignore. It makes you wonder, could those recent changes be the deciding factor? We'll just have to wait and see.
Exactly. Look, regardless of the score, this game is going to be a testament to everything that makes football great. The drama, the skill, the passion.
Absolutely.
But as you watch, I want you to think about this. How will the tactical decisions made in this match shape these clubs moving forward? How will they adapt? How will they evolve? It's going to be fascinating to see what happens next.
That is a great question to think about. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.